I'm Khalid Bryan, broker and owner of the Investment Property Gurus right here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And as you can see, we're in a brand new office on the east side of the building. Yes, we moved on up. I just wanted to, while we're here, I just set everything up, everything's fresh, and I want to give you guys a tour. And if you've ever wanted to start a podcast or want to start a podcast studio business, free game right here. I'm gonna show you exactly how I built it. I went through some trial and error. This is my second setup. The first one did not work, and let's do it. So my mics and my headsets, they're both Audio Technica. They're Audio Technica 20 series to be exact. So the mics, Audio Technica AT 2020s. These are condenser mics, and this is just a pop filter. This is the mic. That's what's gonna come out of the box. This thing, you have to pay extra. What the pop filter does is when you're talking into it, when you say things that start with a P, or if you sigh, or you go whoo, you know, you blow any gust of wind, the mic picks it up and it's pretty nasty. You know what? There's a shotgun mic on this camera. I'm gonna show you how it is. So there is a pop filter on that mic. Here we go. Right, now I'm gonna pull it off. It's off. You ready? See? So let's put it back because no messy. These also help because the AC vent is right over my table, and they do help with eating some of that wind sound, because otherwise you'll just hear a gust of wind all day, and that's just frustrating. No one has the time for that. So those are the mics. These are the headsets. Don't stress out. Everything in this office, with the exception of this table, came from Amazon. The table's from IKEA, but really any table can work. It's a table. Table, desk, circle table, a dining room table, whatever table you want to clamp your mics on, it'll do it. Let's run down it. So with the mics, when you buy these, something important to note: the arms, you can get any arms you want. In fact, these were about $16 when I bought them. Right here, it screws in. This silver part is actually the mic arm, and this black thing is an adapter that came with the Audio Technica mic. Now for this to screw into this metal thing, you may need a spacer. This mic arm did come with a spacer, but I'm helping someone build a studio of his own, and he bought a different mic arm that did not come with a spacer. So please make sure there's a spacer in the freaking box, because it's not gonna fit and you're gonna have a bad time. The XLR cables, I personally don't think it matters which brand you get. I'm running Amazon Basics, which, as you know, is kind of like the generic brand, and I have no issues with them. When I started my first setup, I had 6-foot cables. That was entirely too short for this length of table. I want to say it's a 6-foot table, but I'm not sure. I upgraded my 6 feet to 10 feet, and it's perfect now. So I get this little swirl around action, and it just looks clean. So the mics and the headsets are all hooked up to my Zoom H6 handy recorder. Now, the Zoom H6, oh my gosh, it is a lifesaver. It's the best, okay? The Zoom H6, it comes with 4 XLR inputs where you can plug in 4 mics out the gate, no modding required, just plug them in, it's ready to go. It records directly onto an SD card, regular size SD card, not a micro. And the way it works and why it's so sophisticated is that it's going to record each mic as its own track. So mic 1 is track 1, mic 2 is track 2, so on and so forth. When you're editing your podcast, if you need editing software, I used to use Audacity because it was free, but now that I have the Adobe Creative Suite, I use Adobe Audition for audio only, or Adobe Premiere for video. And of course, you can sync the audio from over there to your camera audio if you wanted to, but I'm using the on-camera shotgun mic right now, so I don't have to go through that. The Zoom, it does a couple of things, and you have a couple of options to do with it. If it's just you starting out, it does have a built-in mic that is removable if you want to replace that removable mic with an attachment which can expand you from 4 XLRs to 6. I don't think you need any more than 6. It naturally runs on 4 AA batteries, but you can replace those for a external power supply and plug it directly into the wall, which is what I did. But the external batteries are good because you can move around with it. It'll still power your mics, but the difference is it'll only power one headset. Still not a problem because whoever's in charge of the show gets the headphones, and that's all you need really. With that being said, I bought a Behringer audio preamp output, which splits the headsets from one input and gives you 4 amped up inputs that can then be turned up or down based on that person's preference. If someone likes it loud, turn them up loud. If someone likes it low, turn them down low, and it won't impact the clarity of how it's recording. The benefit of it running on batteries is that you can record your podcast anywhere. You can do it outside, inside, at a concert, at a party, at an event, wherever. Really, sky's the limit. But for me, I don't go anywhere. I just took the batteries out, I plugged it into the wall, and it's here running, and it's here to stay. That's really it as far as that table. I think I gave you the rundown. One thing I will say is this guy, this Zoom H6 remote is optional. I like it. The reason I like it is because it allows me to hit the record button without being so obvious. By that, I mean when I'm recording with a friend or a partner or a colleague, or just when I'm recording with someone else and they tend to see me go reach for that record button, they get so afraid and nervous sometimes. Versus this thing, I keep it on my lap under the table. We'll have a regular conversation. We'll start with small talk, and then as it gets juicier and juicier, bap, I just hit them with the record button. They don't notice. They already knew we're recording, so it's not like I have a disclosure thing to worry about. You know, like, you knew what this was. You're in a podcast studio. What did you think was going to happen? So I find this to be helpful in that way, especially if I'm sitting on the other side of the table. I don't want to have to say, excuse me, bro, let me reach on over there and turn this thing on. You know, no, who has that time? Now, oh, important, this pop filter I talked about earlier, make sure it fits an Audio Technica mic, because if you have a Blue Yeti, or if you get a Blue Yeti pop filter, this is a Blue Yeti. As you can see, this is round, this is not. That will not fit. This won't fit on here. This one's, I mean, it'll go on there, but it's not gonna fit right. It'll defeat the purpose. It's not gonna work. You're gonna have a bad time. Now, when it comes to soundproofing the room, I did do a little treatment. The acoustic panels came in a 50-pack from Amazon, link in description. The door was already pretty solid, but you could still hear through it. So I got this door strip that goes on the bottom of the door, and in the door, I put this, I guess it's more foam. So basically the entire door all around is sealed. The walls are treated, so what that does is these foams don't fully soundproof a room, but what they do is they'll prevent sounds from bouncing wall to wall and giving you that echo. Kind of like if you're in a house with no furniture. Have you ever been in a house that's like just empty and you hear your voice just rumbling around? They eat it, so it doesn't do that. Also, they keep it from getting out of the walls as much as it would have. So you can still hear from outside, but it's not nearly as loud as what it used to be. I got these RGB color lights. Let me show you how they work. Oh, my phone gimbal. You gotta get you a phone gimbal. Come on now. Come on, phone gimbal. What you talking about? What you talking about? Phone gimbal. So let me show you these lights. Boop. This is a Zhiyun Smooth 4 if you're interested in a phone gimbal. I use this specifically to get B-roll. Sure. Boop. Alright. Where can you see my lights? Alright, there's a light. You ready? You see it change of color? Yeah, it's like over in that corner. When it's nighttime, it's a little easier to see, but for the sake of videos, we're running with the blue because I got on this jazzy blue blazer and I want to match. Now then, I have another totally different setup on the other side of the room, and we're going to go over that right now. But before we get there, I want to stop and do a quick thank you and shout out to my friend SHEIKH the Geek, who's also a YouTuber. He is my go-to person when it comes to all things tech. If it's a camera, a computer, a light, anything I'm gonna buy, I go to my man SHEIKH the Geek and I say, bro, here's what I want to do, what should I do? And he will sit there and pick out everything I need. He hand selected everything in this office you see now, and if it wasn't from him, this place would probably really suck. So thank you, SHEIKH the Geek. I'll put a link to his channel below, and if you just are like me and you want to put a face with the name, that's SHEIKH right there. There he is. You see him? That's what he looks like. So this is my second setup, And over here is where I run my Blue Yeti. The reason for this is because over there, not to say it's complicated, but it's a bit lonely to sit at a table with 4 mics when you're the only one there. So if it's just me recording, I'm coming over here and I'm just gonna hit the Blue Yeti real quick. I got my Logitech 1080p webcam, my ring light right here, and I got this jazzy lamp. Bah! You know, in case I just want to do some work. And this is literally where I come if I just want to work, power through some stuff, come on the computer. Come on the computer, you know. And I just want to show off my little logo. It's nice, right? You got my logo. Look at it. Thank you. So this one's easy because it's all linked up, right? So with the Blue Yeti being plugged into the computer, so if someone wants to come in and do a quick podcast episode, just like a few minutes, they can sit here and record directly onto anchor.fm, and they'll give you a 30-minute cap to record directly on the website and upload it from there. If it's going to be longer than 30 minutes, you will have to go to the external source, which will be the Zoom H6 in this case, record it there and bring it over the Anchor to get it to work. Another good thing about this setup is if I do something over there and I need to come over here and just add something quick to the episode, say a commercial, an ad, I forgot to say something, I just want to fill it in, really good mic for the quick stuff. Another one of my favorite things to do with this Blue Yeti is to answer phone calls on my MacBook Pro with it plugged in, and people just get taken aback, like, why do you sound so clear? This doesn't make any sense. Why is he so clear? Now, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a little bit of light over there. That's my ring light. Also chosen by SHEIKH the Geek, believe it or not. It's a newer 18-inch diameter ring light, and let me tell you something. This is all I need. I thought I needed soft boxes and all of that, but this one ring light is all I need to make all of my videos. Honestly, any video you see of me after 2020, after 2019, I had this guy. So 2019 and up, bam, newer ring light, that's it, nothing else. So my plans here, I'm gonna put a TV right there. That's gonna be nice. And as you can see, I'm starting my deal closer stuff. Let me not unplug this, but bam, got my gold foil gold going on. Look out for deal closer apparel. If you want to buy any of the stuff for this setup, make sure you get the same stuff I got, because don't ask me questions about some other stuff you bought, because I'm not gonna know. Okay, I only know about this stuff, and that's only because SHEIKH the Geek told me about it. Okay, so if it's outside of what I got, please go ask SHEIKH the Geek. If it's real estate related, ask me. If it's this specific setup related, ask me. Check me out at the avclubstudios.com. If you want to be a realtor or an investor, or if you're already a realtor or investor and looking for a new home, the Investment Property Gurus are definitely where you want to be. Check us out at theinvestmentpropertygurus.com. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Khalid Sold It, and you will see all of my other business pages from that home setting.
Maybe I'll shoot vector.